Welcome to the Sweet Baseball. The College World Series bracket round just concluded. We're going to the finals. Literally, game ended about 10 minutes ago. LSU, Arkansas. So we're going to have a little bit to talk about there. No real drama happened in that game. Pretty straightforward, I would say. But yeah, two teams that made it to the finals: Coastal Carolina, LSU. Neither of us had LSU making it. I believe you had Coastal Carolina on your side, so congrats there. But yeah, Arkansas LSU. Everybody thought that was the big matchup. Really proved it, especially tonight's the most recent game. First time they played each other in the first round. Definitely LSU came out the victors and looked like that team the entire way through. Arkansas just really couldn't handle the pitching that first game. But Arkansas made a great losers run. Their games, they pretty much dominated, even though the score lines were relatively close. Murray State beating them 3-0 and then beating UCLA 7-3. Both those games seemed like Arkansas had it handled. I mean, Arkansas hadn't given up a run against UCLA until that final inning. So, they played a little sloppy there at the end, and maybe that ended up biting them in the long run. They just could not figure things out against LSU to finish off the game there, and maybe that we just saw those same little things pop up like we saw in that UCLA game where, seemed like they had both those obviously going up 7-0. Not really concerned about how the game ends, so they were playing pretty loose near the end of the game. Gave up a few runs here or there. Didn't end up really meaning anything, but when things got tight, they also couldn't play in that scenario. So I guess we can start off a little bit talking about that game, but still give the props to Coastal Carolina. They ran through their side of the bracket pretty easily. Not too much to say there. They're on a 26-game win streak now, so they're not an underdog, and they shouldn't be considered one at this point. Really, the entire season, they've been in our top 25, and even when they did have their struggles early in the season, they never were in doubt of being outside the top 25 for us. They looked like a very solid team, one of the best mid-majors, if not the best, the entire year. And they've proved it now in this insane run of winning games, and it seems like they just can't lose at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Coastal just definitely not an underdog whatsoever. Just one of the top teams in college baseball every year. One of the best mid-majors every single year. It feels like it's been at least the last decade, especially recently. It feels like it's been Coastal, East Carolina, DBU, Southern Miss. Those teams are always at the top there and just not really underdogs. They're mid-majors that you pull for since they're smaller schools, but just really good baseball programs and consistently winning 26 games in a row now. Incredibly impressive. And LSU just came out of the other side there. We get the super regional rematch from when Coastal Carolina won the College World Series in 2016. Coastal went to Baton Rouge and won both games, swept LSU on the road there. So LSU's looking for revenge. Coastal's looking to end the season on a 28-game win streak. Maybe we'll see. We'll see what happens. Should be great. But man, my heart goes out to Arkansas fans right now. I don't know how they're trying to move on from that one. It's only been 10 minutes, but still, I mean, I felt a pit in my stomach watching that. I'm not even an Arkansas fan. I can't imagine being a diehard fan, especially after 2018. You're just reliving the pain again of, make one simple play and you're moving on. Before it would have been for a title, this time to go to the championship series. And, well, I mean, force a winner take all to go to the championship series, but still just felt like they had it in their hands and couldn't quite secure it.
Yeah, I think right now the fan base probably in disbelief. I thought things were tight. I feel like some people online probably getting ahead of themselves, already looking forward to that winner take all game, Arkansas LSU tomorrow. It didn't have the feeling, at least in my stomach, that this game was gonna end easily, no matter which team won there. But I don't know. Just looking at from the team perspective, like that ninth inning was a mess. You can't expect to win a game if you're doing things they did in the ninth inning. Just so many mental mistakes, physical errors, obviously, and coaching decisions. I think all around, the team didn't play their A game in that ninth inning, and that's what ended up biting them. They didn't deserve to win that game after, you know, that ninth inning. Unfortunately, the fan base, they played a great game besides that, but if you're playing a tough team like LSU, one of the best teams, if not the best team in the country, you have to play your A game, especially in something this tight, where the fan base is gonna back you 100%. But if you're not just playing at the top of your game every single inning, especially those last three outs when the tension is really really high. Everybody knows that some pitchers can't perform in those elements when the last three outs, the hardest three outs to get. People say. And they had three outs. I think they could have got five outs that inning. It seemed like, if not more. Looking at pretty much every single hit ball probably could have been an out that inning. At least most of them. But yeah, it's tough for the fan base. But Arkansas as a team, you can't expect to win a game when you're doing things like that in the ninth inning.
Yeah, I mean, three pretty big errors it felt like in that last inning. Not all three are going to show up in the box score, but you have Wahiwa Aloy throwing the ground ball to third base instead of going for the double play. Just didn't really make any sense whatsoever. It's just going for the lead runner, but it really doesn't make a difference. Even if you don't think you can turn the double play, the difference between first and third and first and second there, I mean, that lead runner just doesn't matter whatsoever. So if he's at third or second, no difference. That run isn't tying the game. It's going to be a runner at first either way if you're not getting both outs. So just go for the double play. I mean, and it looks like they would have easily had it. Milam was barely down the baseline. It seems like they should have had the double play there. You have the slip on the line drive. Should have been an easy catch as well. I mean, line drive straight at you. It is a tough play, but I mean, just
when it hits off your face, you gotta catch it. I don't know.
Yeah, right at
even
you.
In self-defense, like what do we?
Yeah. Should be caught, and then you just shouldn't be pitching to Jared Jones there with a runner on second. I mean, first base is open. The guy's been dominant and one of the best hitters in college baseball
today. It's even though he did have some cold streaks in the postseason, like hit a home run today. He's clearly seeing the ball well. Yeah, base open. I mean, even on that final hit, 1 inch away, and that's a catch, right? Got a glove on it, so it's all you could ask for. Just things didn't fall their way, and unfortunate for the team. But yeah, just decision making not the best, and play on the field as well. So I don't know how many Arkansas fans will be watching or listening to this, because I know when I'm rooting for a specific team and they go down, I am not paying attention to any sort of social media. I do not want to, especially like a loss like this where it's just gut wrenching. There is no way I'm touching any sort of media. I'm trying to get away from sports in general for, at least a few days, if not like a week, just clear my mind and get that out of the system before I can finally move back into that. But yeah, Arkansas deserving, a team deserving to make the finals, just didn't play that way down the stretch. And LSU obviously had the advantage, having to lose the game to force that final, to make the final College World Series round. But yeah, so LSU played with, they didn't play with any sort of let up. With that loss in hand, and they showed that they just kept the pressure on them. LSU did, and Arkansas crumbled. So we'll see if that can continue down to the College World Series final. But yeah, LSU, deserving team of winning. They were, even though they went down a few times, they were there to battle back every single time, not giving a single easy out to Arkansas, and that showed up in the long run of things.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it's not too often that we see both teams make it to the finals without going to a winner take all game. And it felt like just both LSU and Coastal were in control pretty much the whole way there. Obviously, this LSU Arkansas game was messy, but LSU had a moment where they were in control late. Did give it up in the top of the ninth there, but got it right back all of a sudden. And yeah, it feels like just given the way the postseason has gone, both of these teams feel very deserving of making the finals. Both are playing extremely well at the moment. Should be great. I'm not a believer in curses, but I may be starting to believe that Arkansas is a cursed program. Just I don't know. I don't know how this keeps happening in Omaha. It's pretty incredible, and I'm kind of at a loss of words just watching that.
Yeah, that definitely felt like a curse. I was ready to call it, telling some people that. I mean, those things don't just happen most of the time. You see it coming a lot quicker. But this one was, out of nowhere. It seemed like they were settled in, and then all of a sudden, the game was lost. So, yeah, tough blow for Arkansas. But I think we can move on from that segment. Look ahead to the finals. Coastal Carolina, LSU, both teams deserving of making it. Had the shortest path there in the College World Series thus far. No winner take all games, no losses for either team. Coastal Carolina obviously hasn't lost this entire run through the postseason. LSU struggled a little bit in their regionals, but tightened things up down the stretch and was able to turn things around and proved that they were one of the best teams in the country. They're late, especially running through Arkansas twice and looking the better team. Definitely the first game they played, uh, you know, up in the air for that second, but it was extremely competitive there. And took down UCLA, looked like the better team there. Overall, both teams looked like the teams that should have make it out of their College World Series side of their bracket. And yeah, here they are meeting in the finals. Hopefully, we get a game three. Feel like we haven't seen a game three in the finals in a while. Would really love to see a winner take all here, just because it just gets even more hype in that scenario. But if that's not the case, then Coastal Carolina takes those first two games and they have an insane win streak that they just went on to end the season, the longest ever to end a season. I think they do have the longest streak going into a College World Series final with that 26 games in a row there. So still have that in the record books no matter what. But if they could finish it off with the College World Series win, that would be extremely impressive. But both these teams look like the teams that deserve to make it.
Yeah, definitely so. And yeah, like you mentioned, I mean, if Coastal, hopefully we get that game three, but if Coastal wins both and ends on the 28 game win streak, I feel like suddenly you're talking about one of the greatest college baseball teams of all time because that is just such an incredible feat. And it's not like they've had I mean, I feel like it's been they had a fairly easy side of the bracket in Omaha, easier than the right side of the bracket, but they haven't been playing cupcakes or anything through the postseason. They didn't necessarily have a super easy draw. I mean, they went on the road to Auburn, swept Auburn. That was very impressive. Um, yeah, just one of the best teams in the country, and really, really looking forward to this final series here. Uh, feels like LSU just has that star power, but Coastal's just a complete team and has been playing well since I mean the whole season, but extremely well since the start of April when they last lost the games.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, yeah, even looking back past or before the Super Regionals, the regional round, you're looking at their bracket, you're seeing Florida, even though they didn't face them at all, you're seeing Florida and you're saying that's an extremely scary number two. Luckily, I mean, or not, Coastal Carolina would have probably taken them down, but they didn't have to face them with East Carolina doing the job for them. And East Carolina also was an extremely scary team, even though this wasn't really the year that people expected much out of that East Carolina team. People were saying, hey, maybe because of that, this is the year that East Carolina does make that run. Coastal Carolina shut that up real quick. just dominating them the first game they played and then winning a pitcher's duel the second game. So they showed that they can win in pretty much any way, and they continue to do so throughout the next round in Super Regionals, and then showed it off again in the College World Series, where none of the games were really close for them. They looked like the better team in pretty much every instance there, especially against Louisville. I mean, winning 11-3, the game was pretty much never in doubt with that huge spot in the first inning there, and just didn't look back, kept adding on when they needed to. When Louisville looked like they were starting to get momentum, Coastal Carolina just completely shut them down. And yeah, maybe it was an easier side of the bracket, but you still have to win those games. All these teams are the hottest teams in the country because they made it to the College World Series, and Coastal Carolina making it through unscathed, really impressive. And for that reason, I'm going to pick them to win the College World Series final, take the trophy home. I am afraid of LSU in this instance, but you got to root for the underdog somehow, and especially with how LSU won that final game, just get the Arkansas fans some sort of, I don't know, reward in the end. I don't know what they'd want in this scenario. They probably won't be watching this weekend, just extremely sick to their stomach watching any sort of college baseball, especially knowing that they could have been in this game. Still would have had to win one more, but just had such a huge opportunity in this instance to force that winner take all, and having that fall through it's a tough one to take. And yeah, Coastal Carolina LSU will be an extremely fun series to watch, and hopefully it lights up everybody's screen there.
Yeah, I think my rooting interest will certainly be with Coastal Carolina. I would love to see them end the season on the win streak. As far as my pick, though, I'm going to go with LSU here, especially having their 1-2 punch fresh and ready to go for this series. It just feels like LSU has the higher end talent in this series. Coastal's a very good team, very capable of winning this series. Would not be surprised whatsoever. I think they're capable of winning it 2-0 and ending the game on that win streak as well. But LSU starting pitching is just, it's pretty terrifying, and I feel like LSU has the edge there, and so I'll pick LSU, but certainly rooting for Coastal in my own personal interest.
Yeah, it's the College World Series finals. Anything could happen. Right as you think it's going to be a pitcher's duel, I mean, Coastal Carolina has one of the best pitching staffs in the country, and LSU, like you mentioned, probably the best 1-2 punch out there. Because of that, it's going to be a lot of runs. Window will be blowing out, and yeah, we'll see what happens. But should be an exciting one. I mean, low scoring most likely, but you never know how it will really play out in those crucial moments. But both these teams extremely deserving of making it here. And any final thoughts on this?
No, just can't wait to see it, and yeah, we'll see if it's the year of the mid major finally.
Yeah, and it's the Chanticleer, so that's who I'm putting my vote in here. But yeah, appreciate everybody tuning in, especially the Arkansas fans after that brutal season-ending loss. And yeah, we'll catch you on the season recap. We have been the Sweep, and we'll see you next time. Peace.